Hi everybody, it's me again. How's everybody doing? I know it's been a little bit since I did the last video. I just wanted to stop in and say hello and check in and see how everybody's Christmas shopping is going. I think I got all mine done. I'm not doing any more. Um, let's see. Now I have to send out 5 packages through the mail. Hopefully everything will get there in time, but you know, that's what happens when you use the mail service. So here's how my hair turned out. I got all this purple here. Finally got my scalp clean. And you can see like where the pink and the purple kind of blended right here. But then the rest of it, I don't know, you can kind of see some pink here. So my hair turned out kind of strange. But when Sabrina feels like it, I'm going to have her bleach my hair and do the pink at the bottom. I went to Walmart just shopping the other day and no one had seen me with the purple hair. And everybody kept saying, "Oh, I like your blue hair." Who? I don't see blue, but okay. Colorblind. So, both of my pit bulls have earaches. So, Monday, I'll be taking them to the vet. And I haven't taken a dog to the vet since the whole COVID thing. And I don't know, Marley doesn't like people. The big one, she's a 110-pound pit bull. She's super sweet to us, of course, but her job is to protect us. Well, she does a great job of that, but when it comes to meeting new people, she's not so thrilled about them. However, when we went to the vet before COVID, I don't know, am I even allowed to say that word on here? I don't know. I don't know all the rules. But before the pandemic, we took her to the vet and we have to put a muzzle on her and all. But my son was with her and that's her handler. And she had an earache then too. But she did really good with the tech who cleaned out her ear, but she likes getting her ears cleaned out when she's got an ear infection, so that might be why she was so good. She's like, ooh, 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 I like this. Thank you. Now, Sky, you've seen her several times. She's just the friendliest dog there is. I mean, you know. But my son kind of did something last Christmas. It was her first Christmas. But last Christmas he would take a roll of wrapping paper, like the empty ones, and he called it a boom whacker. And he and the dog would play, and then he would raise the boom whacker at her. And, you know, just the cardboard thing, it was, you know, it didn't hurt or nothing, but it would make a pow noise when he'd pop her on the butt with it. Well, she would get all grumbly and playing and everything, but she looked vicious, you know? And Sky is not vicious. So I had her outside one day at our apartments, and she was on a leash, or on a lead, and some guy pulled up from like Uber Eats or something, I don't know, and he saw her, and he pulled out some kind of a stick. It was like a what do you call it? I don't know, you pull it out, and like it's short, and then it becomes long. Telescope, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. He pulled out a stick to defend himself, which, I mean, I can understand that. But I mean, we're all sitting here on the porch with the dog, and I'm like, so he raised the stick at her, and she was like, oh, it's a boom whacker. And then she's like, "Arr, arr, arr," you know. So he raised it up it again, and he's going to hit her with it, and she doesn't understand that this will hurt her. Whereas, you know, so I mean, who would have thought that my son playing with a roll of, uh, or you know, he did it with the Christmas wrap roll, but then he also used, like last summer, he would use one of the noodles, the pool noodles, just to have fun with her, and so now, if somebody raises a stick or something at her, because they're afraid of her, she thinks that they're playing with her, so then she gets all, like, she looks more vicious. And I kept telling the guy, stop raising that. She thinks you're playing with her. Stop. Stop. I'll get the dog. So, and it was a mess. A major mess. But, you know, that's how it goes. Um, so tonight, we went to Walmart, my son and I, and, he's got this humongous Dodge Ram. And when I say it's humongous, it's got, like, I forget what kind of a lift kit on it, but I literally have to use a step stool to get up in this truck. For real, son. And I'm like, well, honey, why don't I drive my car? I can get in it easy. He's like, oh, you can do this, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, but I got to use a step stool to get in and out of it. So that was fun. But I went, and because I worked over the Thanksgiving, Black Friday week, whatever, those of us who did not call off and everything, we received an additional, like, we get a 10% discount card on everything except for food. Now we can get it on candy and on a discount on, like, pop or soda, Pepsi. It's easier to say that way. But you can't get it on bread, milk, and frozen foods. You can't get a discount on it. Except for they do it right the week before Thanksgiving. They give us a discount on food, which is kind of nice when you're buying a big turkey and all that stuff. But so I went to Walmart with my son tonight, and I picked up my extra discount card, and it's for a one-time purchase, whatever you're buying at that time, you know, for an additional 15% off. So it's a total of 25% off. My math, I'm so good. 15 and 10, I can add those together. So, yeah. And so I wanted to get oh my gosh, I wanted to get, what is it? It's the Instapot or the Ninja, but it has the slow cooker, it's got an air fryer, it's got a, what else? Pressure cooker. You can do steam, like for rice and all that stuff. So it's like 11 in one. 11 machines in one. So you can make yogurt, you can do, I'm not going to make yogurt, sorry. But I mean, you can do all this stuff with it. They were out of it. Well, then my son wanted to throw our couch out because it's secondhand and whatever, and it didn't look that great when we got it, but it was better than what we had before. So, well, he wants to buy a futon. He wants to buy a futon. Well, the one that he wanted, Walmart was out of. It's so typical. So sadly, after we bought everything today and I used my extra, 15% discount, we have to buy the futon and the pressure cooker, Instapot or Ninja or whatever. We have to buy that online. Well, I can only get that with my 10% discount, which I'm not complaining about because that's like $20, $30 off of the two items together. So that's not bad. I'll take it. But we got the dog's new beds, and we got dog bones, and we got some Christmas presents for Sabrina. from John. I've already done my shopping, of course. But see, I can't wait till this week when I get my extra discount. I can't wait to do my shopping then. I have to buy things when I see them. And so, no, I didn't get my extra, 15% off, but at least I got the things that I wanted and wanted to give out to, well, mainly my nieces and nephew and my son and his girlfriend, Sabrina. So, yeah, that's the only people I'm really buying for. I told the people that I normally buy for that since this whole pandemic thing and I've had to go on leave of absence because I had a sinus infection, but because I had a sinus infection, I was coughing, I had congestion, I had a sore throat from the drainage, all that stuff. So they're like, oh my God, you've got the. So because of that, then I had to go on leave of absence 3 times? Yeah, 3 times. The first time was in March, and I was on leave of absence from March till June. And because I was scared to go to work. And then there was a rumor, one of the ladies at work had passed away, and the rumor came to me and told me that she had COVID. And I was like, oh man, and I was working right beside her. I helped her at her register, and I'm just like, now I gotta go get checked. So I lost a week of work there, waiting for the test to come back. And then because my immune system is low, most people, they get a little bit of like allergies or whatever. They get the sniffles, and then within a few days, they're okay. With me, no. I have to get antibiotics, and I have to do all kinds of stuff. And then a lot of times the antibiotics don't work because it's a viral thing or an allergy thing. So I end up being sick for longer, and it'll start going away, and then it'll come back. And then I have to, this is why I have a hard time working outside of the house. Because, I used to be a teacher. I loved working with children. But children, I love them. I do love the children, but they're nasty. Children, you got the runny noses, you got the picking the noses, you got the slobbering fingers. No, I just could not. My immune system was just like, nah, and no, nay, no. So, I have fuzz in my hair. Okay. Let's see. I have kind of given up on selling Avon. I'm going to focus more on my art. I'm going to open a Redbubble store. I don't know what. It depends on how my art looks. Different things that I want to do. And then there's, I'm going to try to sell my art on Etsy and see how that works. I don't know. I don't want to try to do it on like Facebook Marketplace because, I don't know, people really, they're looking for items for nothing, pretty much. What can I get for free? And I don't blame them. That's when I'm looking for something, that's I go to look on there first. And let's see if I can find something cheap on there, And if it's not cheap, well then you're like, dude, why are you trying to get rich on Facebook Marketplace? You just can't. That's like you go to a garage sale or a yard sale, and people have prices that are like, I can go to the dollar store and get the same thing, or I can go to Walmart and pay the same price as what you're trying to get out of this item, and yours is secondhand. So people are trying to get rich. I don't understand why are you having a yard sale some people, okay, some people, they'll have a yard sale and they're trying to sell like name brand items at a yard sale. Okay, people go to yard sales not to buy name brand things. They go to yard sales because they're looking for either like maybe collectibles, or they're looking for cheap things to put in their homes. I mean, cute little dishes, whatever, toys for kids, different things, or clothes, but not. We're not talking like clothes like, Louis Vuitton and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't want to try to buy me a Louis Vuitton. I don't even know how to say his name. Louis P. Whatever. But I'm not going to try to go to a yard sale and try to buy, you know, big name brands. No, that's not where you have yard sales. So these people who have these yard sales and they put out stuff like that, and they want like, $50 for a purse, and I'm like going, no. So if you can afford to buy all this stuff, why are you having a yard sale? Just ask it, Just my opinion. So I know I have ADD. I don't have ADHD. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but Sky is sleeping and she's making funny little noises. Okay, but see, that was a squirrel moment. Okay, I have ADD, and so I have commercials. I get on here and I'm like talking about Christmas, and then the next thing I'm talking about, who knows what. Like my last video, catching up, and I ended up talking about poop. But I mean, hey, everybody's got to talk about poop. So, all right. So my new thing. It's kind of scary. My son and his girlfriend are like, oh God, now what? Okay. We originally lived in West Virginia, and we had a 3-bedroom house with a basement. Okay. Well, when we moved to Ohio, we got rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, we only brought a 10-foot U-Haul. So we downsized a lot, but we put everything in storage. Well, then we got a 1-bedroom apartment that has this little tiny room here that I use for a bedroom. It's kind of like a playroom for kids or whatever, but it's very small, and we had to try to pack everything that we had into this little tiny apartment, and I have gone through stuff and then gone through stuff and then gone through stuff to try to downsize, and I'm always, okay, well, let me go through my boxes again and get rid of things, whatever. But I mean, I don't want to stay here in this apartment forever, okay? I'm hoping that we can get a house, and that when I'm gone, I know this is getting sad and morbid, whatever, but you have to think about this stuff. But the hard questions, the hard conversations, if you want to say, but when I'm gone, I want to make sure that my son has a place to live, has something to call his own. I don't want this apartment, it's a nice apartment. I'm not complaining about that, but we just don't have room. So I've been watching YouTube channels because I go back to work tomorrow, and I've been off work since the 2nd. So, it was another one of those I have a sinus infection, so now I have to quarantine, and I knew I had a sinus infection. I don't have COVID. Because if I did, I would be, I don't know, I feel like with my asthma and my low immune system, I would be the one in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So, see, I had a squirrel moment. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, so I've been watching, yeah, I see, I remember now. I really need to make a list of things to talk about when I'm going to do these videos. You know, I mean, I was just sitting here watching videos, and then I just all of a sudden says, I think I'll make a video. Okay, so I don't do content like, you know, whatever. I also am so new at this, I don't know how to, what is the word? My brain, I'm telling you. Edit. I don't know how to edit at all. And so, you get me as I am. This is just me. And that's it. But since I've been on this last little quarantine, I've been watching Frugal Fit Mom. And she has been doing a lot of organization and stuff. I've been watching The Clutter Bug, and she's all about, you know, getting rid of stuff and whatever. And then I just started watching Minimal Mom, and I know she is very serious. I love it. I love it. But it's one of those things where, you know, it's a little more than what I want to do, but, you know, with her family, everybody has one plate, one bowl, etc. And if you want to eat something else, you have to wash your bowl. I get so tired of dishes piling up in my kitchen. So I had a whole bunch of the little Rubbermaid containers and all that stuff, and I just went through my kitchen, and I got an big empty box, and I mean like big empty box, and I just started throwing stuff in the box. No, I was here by myself. I turned on the Christmas music, and as loud as my phone would play it, and I just was going through one cabinet at a time. I actually had a big spatula because I'm so short. But I had a big spatula, and I was reaching up into the tall cabinets, the high cabinets, and pulling things down and trying to catch them all and everything. But I emptied like 4 cabinets. Okay, and again, this is why I want the Instapot thing that has the fryer, the slow cooker, the steamer, and all that stuff in it, and the pressure cooker, because I want one thing that does everything. Because the one I'm looking at does 11 in one. So it does 11 different things in one machine. Whereas, like, I just put my fryer into the box. I have like 3 crock pots. But I'm keeping one crock pot, the newest one, and getting rid of 2 of them until I get my Instapot. Because I don't know if I'll be getting my Instapot like before Christmas or after Christmas, or I don't know. But sometime between now and my birthday in April, I plan on getting an Instapot. So I just started going through all my stuff, and I've got 3 boxes, not just from the kitchen, but I was going through my boxes that were stored, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting rid of the books. I'm taking them to the library, you know, because I wanted to do tutoring. You know, I was a teacher. I wanted to do tutoring, and I wanted to do I've wanted to do tutoring for several years. A one-on-one teaching a child how to read. I love it. But it just never has been something that, you know, has ever happened. Yet I've kept all these books, big boxes of books, and I don't need them anymore. I'm not going to be tutoring. We have a pandemic. In life, I don't think life will ever be like it was before. Um, I hope I'm wrong. I just, you know, I hope that we can just like all of a sudden go poof and it's gone. Um, I also believe in whoa. I also believe in you know, fairy tales and stuff like that. So, um, but you know, I don't need all that stuff. And then I've got books that I bought and then I stopped reading. Okay, I mean I do read, but I've been painting and during the time that I used to sit and read a book. I'm not doing that now. And I also used to crochet a lot. Like every winter, that's what I would do is crochet. Um, but I'm having a hard time doing that now. I've got a couple things that I've started that I have to finish, and I've got something that I promised my niece that I would make her. That I haven't bought the stuff yet, but I am going to do it. Um, but every day, RA, rheumatoid arthritis, attacks me a little bit more every day. It feels like. I mean, it seems like my hands, I can almost every week I can see a difference in my hands. And I mean, that's all these fingers open now. And they're getting all crooked. I mean, not just bent. They're bent, but they're getting crooked. They're wanting to go, and like this hand too, I have to push this finger up now. Because the joint, literally the joints of your fingers, I don't know if anybody knows this, but the joints of your fingers want to eventually make it where your hands are all to the side. And I remember my great uncle Johnny, when I was way young, like 8, 10, something like that. I remember seeing him at a family reunion, and his fingers came all the way out to the side. And I mean, they were really bad. And I asked my mom, I said, what happened to Uncle Johnny's hands? And she said, oh, he's got rheumatism. Well, back in the day, they didn't have rheumatoid arthritis. It was arthritis, you had rheumatism, which is the same thing. It's crippling arthritis. And my doctor has talked about doing a surgery and going into each of my fingers and doing something to make them where they'll be straight again. I don't know if I want to try that or not. Strange, I know, but see, I had, due to rheumatoid arthritis, right here, the tendon, there's a scar right here, as you can see. Maybe you can see, I don't know. Okay, one day I was scratching my toe. Okay, I was scratching my toenail and bending my thumb. I felt something snap, and it hurt all the way up to here. And it burned, and I couldn't figure out what in the world. Well, then, at the time I was doing medical transcription, and when I would type, I would hit the space bar with my right thumb all the time. Okay. Well, after that snap, I would hit the space bar with my thumb and it would stay down. I couldn't lift it back up. And so it would be like, I'd type a word and then space. So I went to the doctor about it, and what had happened was rheumatoid arthritis causes plaque inside your body on your joints. Okay, plaque just like builds up on your teeth, plaque that builds up in your arteries and in your liver and all that stuff. It's just like the plaque on your teeth kind of a thing, but it builds up on your joints and on your tendons. And what happened was, it wasn't the action that I did, it was just the fact of the condition of my hand. And the tendon snapped in my thumb. That's why when I could push it down, but then I couldn't pull it back up because the rubber band tendon had snapped from here, and the doctor found it all the way up here. So I don't know if you can see, I used to say I have a candy cane scar right here. You can kind of see it. Okay, well, they had to go in here, and the tendon was ate up and they couldn't use it, so they had to cut that one out. And your pointer finger, index finger, has two, so they were able to take one from that. So I got another incision here, and they pulled it out, laced it through here, and attached it to my thumb. So now a lot of times it took forever for me to be able to bend my thumb, and it's still, when I bend my thumb, my pointer wants to, because my brain is saying that belongs to that finger. So, strangely. But this was the worst surgery ever for me. Okay, 3 days prior to this, I had my gallbladder taken out. So, I go in the hospital, spend the night, have my gallbladder taken out, and I go home. It was laparoscopic, so I had 5 little incisions, and they pulled it out through my belly button, and ick. Okay, but I went and had this done 3 days after I had my gallbladder. This one was horrible. I had to be in a cast for, it felt like 3,000 years. But they had to keep everything still so it would heal. But I went into a major flare-up of rheumatoid arthritis, systemic lupus, and fibromyalgia. Major flare-up after this surgery. So I wasn't able to open my baby's bottle to give him milk. I wasn't able to do anything. I couldn't take care of my son. And he wasn't a baby. He was 3 years old. But, his sippy cup. I couldn't open his sippy cup for him. I could not lift a sheet off my body. I'm not talking about a blanket. I'm talking about just a sheet. I couldn't lift a sheet off my body. So my mom, bless her heart, I'm telling you, she would take care of my son. He spent the night at her house. And then she would get him up in the morning, get him ready, and get him dressed and everything. Sorry, I'm bumping the table and it's making the table jump. Okay. But she would get him all ready for, the morning and fed. And then she would bring him over to my house and come and help me get up and go to the bathroom, help me get in the shower. I wasn't able to shower myself. She literally, and this was after the cast was off, okay? She literally had to physically lift my arms and lean them in the corner of the shower so I could wash my hair. And, that was hard. It was so hard. So I'm really kind of afraid that if I get that done to my fingers and they, and I'm right-handed, so if they do that and then I have to go on a cast or something like that, I've got myself kind of freaked out over that last surgery, and I'm just kind of afraid to do that. Sorry, my sleeves are doing weird things. So yeah, so that's what's going on with that. I said all that because I was talking about. I'm sorry. I told you I got ADD. That was a commercial. Squirrel. So, but last winter I did crocheting. Well, I've got a whole bunch of crochet yarn. I got all kinds of stuff, but I don't think that my hands are really up to that. Um, but even if my fingers get closed, as long as I can hold a paintbrush in my hand and paint, I mean, then I will be able to make art. Um, but doing the little tiny crocheting, I don't know. After I make the 2 blankets that I'm making now, or that I have plans to make, um, I don't know that I'm going to be doing any more crocheting. It's kind of sad because I was making little ornaments and all kinds of stuff, really cute stuff. 2 years ago, just 2 years ago, I was like crocheting almost year round. And so now, it's like, well, I have to adapt to, the cards that have been dealt to me. Um, and I'm not saying all this for you to feel sorry for me because I'm happy. I love painting. Um, and so, you know, we just, there are, blah, 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 blah. Okay. My brain thinks and then my mouth can't say it. So, um, just like people and, the people come into our lives. And I know this is cliche and all that stuff. There's a season for everything, just like the Bible says. Um, you know, and I think my season for crocheting is coming to an end. Sadly, um, although there is very bulky yarn that is super soft, and you use a humongous crochet needle. I think I could still do that. So, there's always, where there's a will, there's a way, right? Um, but my new season is YouTube and painting, and I've always liked painting. When I lived in West Virginia, I would come to Ohio sometimes, like in October, to help my best friend and her mom to paint ceramics to get ready for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, bazaars and so forth, so that, they could sell their ceramics. And I just, I didn't ask for pay. I wouldn't have taken anything if they offered. I, I would drive and come to Ohio, which is like 4.5 hours, and I would stay here and I would help them, and I just loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I think as pay they would let me paint something for myself. Um, you know, I have all kinds of Halloween lamps. I've got, I don't know, all kinds of stuff, Christmas stuff, and so I've always liked painting, and you use acrylic paint on when you do ceramics, or at least that's the kind that we use, and I think that's really where I learned to do all of that, and now I'm doing, the abstract art, and I really like it. I just need to declutter. Back to that, I need to declutter my apartment, and make room for me to do more art. because I literally am trying to do my painting on a TV tray. And some of my canvases are bigger than the TV tray. So that makes it really difficult. So I have a desk, but right now it's covered with my sewing machine and my art supplies and stuff like that. So because I don't have anywhere else to put those. So until I can find somewhere to put those, then it doesn't really do any good to try to use my desk, because everything that'd be on the desk would have to be moved onto my bed. And then when I was done painting, I'd have to move everything off my bed back onto the desk just so I could go to bed at night. So, no, that's not working. It's just not going to work. So, I mean, even if I have to move my art supplies and so forth into a kitchen cabinet, I don't care. It'll give me room. You know, my sewing machine, I can put that in the hall closet. But I got to clean out the closet first, because we've just got everything shoved in there. I'm kind of a clutter mess. Sorry. But, I don't know. I guess that's really about all I got to talk about. I'm not doing Vlogmas. I didn't even know what Vlogmas was until, well, the last couple weeks now. I've been watching Vlogmas of several of my YouTube favorites, and maybe that's something I'll do next year. But right now I'm just trying to declutter my life. That's what I'm doing. And once I get my life decluttered, then maybe I'll be able to start doing more painting and do more videos and get everything up and running, like the Etsy and the Redbubble store. So, you know. But I really, 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 really need more subscribers for my channel. So share my videos if you would. You know, I'm just a 52-year-old mom. I have lived my life. I have been the good girl. I've been the bad girl. But, you know, I need to do things for myself now. Whereas always before, I've always wanted to make sure that everybody had what they needed. You know, and I'm even thinking about that with my son, you know, make sure that he's got somewhere to live after I'm gone. You know, that's just the way my mind works. I want to take care of everybody. But now it's time for me to take care of myself. And that's a new concept for me. I don't know. If you've got any ideas on things that I can do to help myself, you know, I mean, I'm not a person who goes and gets my nails done. For one thing, it's hard for me to do that. Hard for them to find my fingernails. Also, I mean, when I'm at Walmart, I do so much hitting buttons on the register. I can't have long nails. There are girls that work with the long nails, and I'm just like, girl, I don't know how you do that. I mean, I can't even, you know, scratch my ear if I have long nails. I don't get it, you know. But so I don't pamper myself. You know, I color my hair every once in a while. This is something that I never would have went a different color. It was always reddish brown, you know, just natural colors. And I mean, I didn't change my hair until March And that was because I was stuck at home during the pandemic on quarantine and lockdown. So, yeah. And then when that was blue, and then when that turned washed out, because this is just that flat stuff that washes out after so many washes. But now I'm doing purple and trying to do pink too, and this is just something that I never would have done. I mean, I was the choir director, I was a youth director, I was on the council, the church council. I did all kinds of stuff. But dyeing my hair would have been frowned upon at the time when I was younger. Somebody said to me that, oh, you are too old to be dyeing your hair different colors. You know what? You're never too old to do something that makes you happy. And this makes me happy. I mean, I look at it like this. If you don't like it, and don't look at me. That's all there is to it. And if I don't like it, well, then I guess I won't look in the mirror, will I? Till it washes out. But, that's just how I'm choosing to live my life now. And so in the comments, let me know what you think would be something I could do to pamper myself. That, I'm not a girly girl. I wear men's t-shirts. This one has two muddy dog paw prints on it right now, thanks to Marley. That's just how it goes, Yeah, I get dressed up for my videos, huh? Oh, well, I told you, this is me. I turn on the video camera and I sit in here and I talk to you being me. And you get what you get. This is all there is to it. I'm a nut. And I'm a happy nut. So, alright, well, I guess I'll get off of here. I will try to make another video next week. If not sooner. I go back to work tomorrow, so yay! Retail, Walmart, Christmas season. Yikes. Yeah, lovely. So, but, it's alright. I go to work, I do my job, and I come home. And then I live my life. So, and when I'm at work, I try not to let things bother me. I always have said that the kind of day that you have, you decide at the beginning of the day what kind of day you're going to have. It's all in your attitude. My son said to me one day, oh, work is going to be so crappy. It's going to be a terrible day today. And because of blank, I don't know what he said. It's been quite a while. And I'm like, I know it's going to be a terrible night for you. And he's like, why would you say that? You're always Miss Positive. And I said, well, you already have your mind made up that it's going to be a terrible night. So it's going to be a terrible night. I go to work and I go, it's going to be a great day. Somebody asks me, how you doing? And I say, I am wondermiss. Yeah, that's a made-up word. But it's my made-up word. And, it's all in your own attitude. And, yeah, when I'm at Walmart, almost every day, somebody yells at me or gets mouthy with me because of something that is not in my control. I could sit and pout, be all mad, upset, whatever. Or I could go, alright, have a nice day. Bye-bye. And then go to the next person. And that's what I choose to do. I choose to have a good attitude, an upbeat attitude, an attitude that helps me get through the day. And I also look at, oops, sorry, bumped the table again. I also look at it like there are days that I don't feel good and I cannot be cheerful. All right. Well, maybe this customer that's, you know, yelling at me because the door is locked and they have to go to the other side. That's not my fault. But, you know, maybe a family member passed away. Or maybe they just had to have their dog put down. Or you don't know. You don't know what's going on in other people's lives. You see them for maybe 5 minutes when you're working at Walmart. And yeah, I see 100 people for about 5 minutes. And of course, some of them are not going to be, you know, too happy and they're going to let me know about it. But you don't know. I mean, you don't know what's going on in their life. And that's how my mom always taught me, was that you don't know what's going on in someone's life. So don't judge them by, you know, when you see them and maybe they're having a bad day, you know. She had always taught me to look for something good in every person. And sometimes it's only their clothes. You know, I love your choice of, you know, clothing. Because I can't find anything nice about you at this moment, you know. But I mean, it's just, that's just, you know, the attitude that I use. So I'm actually kind of excited about going back to work because I don't like, one, I don't like being sick. Two, I don't like not having a reason to get up and get dressed. As like, you know, other videos you've seen where I'm in my nightgown. That's how it goes. They're comfy. But I tend to fight depression, as I would say 90 or more % of the United States or the whole world deals with depression. And so I have to be careful when I'm not working, that I'm not literally sleeping day and night. And that is nothing but depression. That's totally depression. So I try to keep an upbeat attitude. And I feel really good about the decluttering that I've done so far. We just got to get it over to, I don't know, there's a thrift store right around the corner, but I'd rather give to somewhere like Salvation Army or Goodwill or something like that that helps others, instead of just giving to a thrift store that's their job is to take free stuff and make money with it. And they don't care if they help anybody or not. I prefer not to give to them. I prefer to give to somebody that will give people, you know, like, isn't it Goodwill? They give people jobs that, you know, I think Salvation Army does that too. I don't know. I could be wrong. Hardly ever happens. So, okay. All right. This is a very long video. I'm so sorry. Almost 55 minutes. Wow. Okay. I'm so sorry. But let me know down in the comments some encouraging thoughts, encouraging words for me. Any ideas on like how you purge or declutter your house, tips, tricks, whatever. And as always, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and Please share the videos. And as always, see ya, love ya, bye.